Alright, VW T5 Chinese diesel heater installation. So got the box here, the heater here. What I'm going to do is just take this out. I've seen a few people have put them under the seat, and I'm just going to position it loosely before taking the seat out and all that sort of thing. I'm just going to see if it will slide in. No, it won't. So I'll take a template of the actual heater, of the footprint of the bottom of it, and then I'll take the seat out and we'll start from there. When you're taking the front seat out on a T5, it's actually attached to the handbrake, so you want to make sure that the van's on flat ground and chock the wheels, all four of them. Undo the four nuts holding on the seat, and also remove these two screws so that you can lift the junction box out. You also want to take the warning lead off the handbrake as well. Okay, with the seat fully forward and tipped forward as well, you can actually get this thing through this gap. I'm still going to take the seat out, but just seeing where it's going to sit in relation to everything, I think maybe on a bit of an angle could be the best. I'll draw around that with a bit of chalk and then I'll get started. So I've removed the handbrake sensor, the fuse box is taken out, well, the junction box is taken out of the holder there. I'm going to take the handbrake off from these ones here, just so that it doesn't affect the adjustment. It should, I think, just come off from there and fly around in the wind. Yeah, that'll come off. Okay, now the seat's out, I've put all the nuts and bolts in a tin. It's worth checking while this is all out. This wire here, you might need to open up the insulation or whatever it is, the protection on it. This is a wire that goes wrong a lot. It's one wire that just goes into two. It's usually all green and corroded, but that if your central locking doesn't work, that's probably what it is. So just make sure they're all together and they're clean. I'm going to do that in a minute. I've made another video about that and it fixed the problem. So it's probably better if you can to solder it back together. I might do that while the seat's out actually, because I didn't take the seat out to do that. Yeah, then on to the next step. Next up, this panel's got to come off. Okay, so it's pretty busy under here. You've got the main chassis rail, and then an inner sill. So it's going to have to, the exhaust is going to have to port through that bit there. On the top, you've got an earthing strap which is attached to that, so you can reference it a little bit. I'll have a look. So this is where I originally thought, but there's a chassis rail here and a rail there, so I think it's going to be better kind of here, as long as it doesn't interfere with the wiring, which is all good. There's a inspection plug there that you can pull out to have a look around as well. Yeah, I think it's going to fit in there quite well. I'm not sure what this little earthing strap thing here is. If it gets in the way, I think I'll cut it off. I can't see that it's really attached to anything underneath. I think it's just another place where you can earth, which you can do with the whole chassis, so it doesn't really matter. Alright, let's proceed. Okay, we now have a hole-in floor, and this mounting plate is all on here, with the fuel hose, the air hose and the exhaust. So I'm just going to try this in the hole. Okay, it's in position. I think at this point I should just try and see if the seat still goes back in. Right, let's do that. Yep, that's absolutely fine. Sits in there really nicely. Cool, next step.